Well, look at that. Wargaming has given us something in World of Warships that I think everyone can agree with. Space Battle Torpedo Beats. And if you haven't had a chance to play it yet, I highly advise that you do. The premise is simple. 5 destroyers versus 5 destroyers in Epicenter. The destroyers move faster, the torpedoes reload quicker, and the games usually last only around 4 minutes or so. It's pretty much a mini World of Warships round, and it is sublime. Wargaming often pulls out all the stops for their special game modes. Those of you who have been around long enough no doubt remember the Rubber Ducky Bathtub game mode a few years back for April Fools. As far as I can remember, this is the 3rd appearance of Space Battles. It seems that these special game modes are often a testing ground for wargaming ideas. We still have no clue what Wargaming truly thought of the testing of submarines in that game mode. I'm sure at this point many of us are hoping that's furthest from their minds right now. Lastly, before I delve into the bigger importance of space battles and the other modes we've been given, I would be remiss if I didn't mention the outstanding music we have in these game modes. The Torpedo Beats music is actually stuck in my head. They do a phenomenal job with it. But this brings us to a bigger dilemma, and something that is quite unfortunate. Space battles are finite. Torpedo Beats are finite. Soon, they'll be gone again. For a year, possibly longer, who knows. Just as Wargaming gives the entire player base something that everyone, for the most part, enjoys, it's going to leave us. This would be fine if there was something to fill the void, but there really isn't. Yeah, I know, we've got ranked battles and clan battles, but those have been around and they're kind of getting old. The bottom line is we still have no new major game modes. We still fret when we wind up on Epicenter. Standard battle is still a drag. This pretty much leaves us with domination. The only changes we see to this game mode come in the form of map changes and cap rearrangements. There is still not a new core game mode. Space battles will end and we'll all go back to the constant complaining about overpowered or underpowered, depending on which side of the camp you fall on, aircraft carriers. And it's a shame. It's a shame that carriers are dominating so much of the talk right now. But it's an even bigger shame that Wargaming seems to take a giant step forward with development, only to take 2 quick steps back to where they started. So much is invested in these special game modes, and I enjoy them. The maps are gorgeous, the music, I mentioned already. But again, we have them for such a short time. I'd really like to see some of the love put into these special game modes make it into the game itself. To be fair, Wargaming has indeed implemented some of the items. The Raging Storms from the last iteration of Space Mode have made it in-game, but of course to mixed approval. There's an opportunity here though, a huge one, and I wish Wargaming would capitalize on bringing more game mode options. Give us 5-on-5 destroyers. Give us game modes with destroyers and cruisers only, or maybe battleship only modes. Get creative. Give us more maps. Give us bigger maps. Give us smaller maps. Give us night maps. Give us night maps on every map, or dynamic weather and dynamic events. The possibilities are pretty much endless. I do see the flip side though, and I understand why so much time is invested in the production of ships as opposed to new maps or game modes. Ships pay the bills. A premium ship earns revenue. A map, however, does not. A game mode does not. And I get that. Despite this though, what good is a fun premium ship if you don't have a fun map to play it on? You can provide all the premium ships and new ship lines in the world, but if you don't offer players a new experience to play with, interest will gradually wane regarding premiums, and even your standard tech lines. Please, Wargaming, look at what players are enjoying. Take that momentum and move forward with it. You have a lot of opportunities you can capitalize on. Anyhow, guys, thanks for watching. I want to know what your thoughts are on space battles. I want to know what you think about Torpedo Beats, and I will catch you all later. Zoop out.